What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. As always, I'm your co-host Donovan Quick, and before we get into this new UDFA, make sure you hit that like button, that subscribe button, and ring that bell, get notifications for when our videos drop. We're going to be dropping a lot of off-season content, and we'd love for your opinions and everything else in the comments below as well. So yeah, we'll get right into it. This UDFA signing, Matthew Jones, he's a guard slash center out of Ohio State. He was second team all Big Ten last year. He's 6'4", 316. So his height kind of mid, weight also kind of mid. He has a good span at 81 inches, a good 40 time at 5'2", 1. He was at the combine. He did go obviously undrafted. A reason that he went undrafted is a little bit because of his size, a little bit because as well as he did in pass protection and in the run blocking, in pass protection, he didn't really move his feet as well as he needed to, so he needs to work on his footwork, which is a big thing. If you have natural footwork, like the guy that we drafted in the second round, you can work on other things a lot easier. Footwork is one of the hardest things to learn at the NFL level, but we're going to give this guy a shot, right? So he tends to kind of sit back and rely on his initial punch a little bit too much and struggles to readjust. And there's, against good pass rush moves, like the swim move and everything else, and a good, nice chop move, he kind of struggles against that to adjust. And he's going to see a lot of that in the NFL level. So, it's kind of, there's a reason that he's undrafted, right? So obviously things to work on, but absolute mauler in the run game. He does get caught occasionally that he kind of locks onto his target, and it's like a missile without a GPS. He just locks on and goes. So he doesn't necessarily someone can kind of break his ankles and get out of there. He's just gonna end up face planted on the floor. But all in all, I mean, he's a mauler. He's a great athlete overall, and like I said, great run blocker as long as he's locked onto his target. So one thing, and that's again with footwork, so that's one thing that he's gonna have to work on a lot with Butch Barry and this offensive staff, is his footwork, being able to change directions and rely on his lower body, not just his absolute brute strength that he has. And I kind of like this guy. We didn't really draft an interior lineman in the actual draft. We drafted, best player available almost to a fault. I did like our draft overall, so don't come at me. But yeah, I really like the potential that this guy has. Once again, a camp body, probably a depth piece. I'm gonna go ahead and say that his outlook is probably either going to be right on the border of making the roster or on the practice squad. I don't think that he's going to be off the roster completely. I don't think he's going to be one of those. I do think that he's going to be borderline practice squad, borderline 53-man roster. It really depends on how they construct this roster, because last year we ended up on the starting roster, I think, with nine offensive linemen. So if we go with a little bit more than that this year, there's that. If we go with a little bit less than that this year, there's that. So that's why I say it's kind of like borderline, especially with other positions having grown. We have a lot more wide receivers than we did last year. We have a lot more running backs than we did last year. We're going to go with three quarterbacks on roster, so that takes away a roster spot as well. So it's going to be interesting to see how they kind of construct this roster, but that's why I say borderline roster spot, borderline practice squad. I think, if they keep 8, 9, 10 offensive linemen, that he could be one of the 8, 9, 10. If we don't, then I think he's going to revert to the practice squad, or maybe even leave to someone else's practice squad or active roster somewhere else. But he does have tremendous potential, and I really do like him a lot. Let me know what you guys think of this signing in the comments below. Do you think he has potential? What do you think? Do we have another needle in the haystack with a UDFA like we've had a lot of luck with lately? Let me know in the comments below. Deuces.